area. Catherine Imuragate, KTN News.
Moving on, while counties are now facing a potential cash crunch as the National Assembly and Senate remain deadlocked on county revenue allocation. Now, the two houses of Parliament are at odds over the amount to be allocated, with the National Assembly holding firm at 380 billion shillings, while the Senate has proposed 400 billion shillings. Well, senators argue that the National Assembly's stance threatens to undermine devolution. KTN's senior political affairs reporter Daniel Kariuki has more.
In this smaller group,
the first meeting for the Joint Committee of the National Assembly and Senate to seek solutions on the funds to be channeled to the county started with a heated debate. The wars between the two houses evident in that sitting. National Assembly proposing a 380 billion shillings allocation to the counties. Budget Committee Chair in the National Assembly, Dindi Nyoro, saying the government had not met its target in collection of revenue, but Senate would hear none of that as they insisted on 400 billion shillings.
If we allocate 400 billion to county governments, and our revenue projection, because we did with projections in the budget, was 2.5 trillion. Suppose there is a year that is as unprecedented as this one, and we have a shortfall of 1 trillion in revenues.
The national government has got a myriad of ways, including borrowing internationally, to raise money in terms of filling in the gap.
However, Senate insists that reducing the allocation is a plan to destabilize the counties and turn mess with the devolution and county governments.
That the sole intention of the members of the National Assembly who are a part of this mediation is to use this mediation to blackmail the entire county government infrastructure so that you get what you want.
The stakeholders here is not just governors. The stakeholders is also people who have not been paid for months, for example, in our county governments.
A standoff has ensued as county governments have already petitioned the removal of the Roads Maintenance Fuel Levy, RMFL, by the National Assembly, who have insisted the case has to be withdrawn for any consideration of the levy.
You know, when you want to milk a cow, you don't go caking. You give it a nice food.
I find it extremely disingenuous and very disrespectful for members of this committee to suggest that we can find a way to have a sitting with the county governors so that we force them to withdraw a case that they have filed under their constitutional right to question things in courts of law.
Why can't you withdraw the court case so that you give an environment of free discussions?
The Joint Committee has 30 days to agree, and if they do not agree, counties will be allocated funds according to the law in place currently. Meanwhile, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, who is the chairman of the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council, IBEC, has assured Council of Governors of timely disbursement of funds to the counties. Daniel Kariuki, KTN News.
Well, counties will continue facing a cash